Hello everybody, I got a couple of messages asking me to do a redstone tutorial because people saw some redstone and some all worlds and kind of wanted to know how it worked. So I'll start with the basics here. What we have here is redstone essentially is the way you create circuits in Minecraft. Under the ground you'll find blocks of ore that look kind of like this, kind of smoky and red. These are your redstone blocks, and essentially each redstone block will give you 4 little ores. Each ore that you place on the ground will cover 1 block of circuit. Alright, now what these do is these, oh my goodness, get out of, well, that'll actually be funny later. What these blocks will do is you put them on the lava lines to power switches, dispensers, doors, pistons, carts, rails, all kinds of things that use electricity in Minecraft. There's many ways to actually power it. One of them is the redstone torch, the most basic way, but it gives constant power and you can't do anything crazy with it. Now, the second one is to do a repeater off of it. Now the repeater will extend the range of it. As of yet, the redstone torches only have a 15 block range, so if you do anything over 15 blocks it won't get power. What you can do is you can put a repeater in there, like so. Hold on just a second, let me get a repeater out. And you got to face the direction in which you want the current to go. And then boom, the repeater will give it more power, and as you notice, this one peters out right here, whereas this one's still going. Okay? The third is switches. Now, switches will give it power, whereas for a permanent time, whereas buttons will give it power for about a second before it goes off. Now, if you notice, I have 1 switch on the ground and 1 switch over in the air, just to show you that your redstone current can pass 1 block underneath. So if you want to hide something and make it look all pretty, you can do that. Alright, and then as you can see, the switch gives it constant power. Alrighty. Now, the most common things that people use redstone for are dispensers, pistons, and carts. And then we got doors. We'll do the doors first. Now, iron doors are not technically redstone, but they can be powered by redstone. I'll show you basically the ways these work. There's many different ways you can trigger these. If you notice, when you come up, you can't really just open it. You have to have power to it, which will open like so. This is a pressure plate. Pressure plate, put it on the adjacent door switches. Alright, the buttons, put it like so. Now buttons, again, 1 second timer, and you can put it on either side, will open and close the door. Switches, again, permanent timer, until the switch is tripped again, will stay open. Now, the only caveat to this is, say you put a switch on the opposite side, nothing will happen till that other switch is tripped. Alright? Next one is your dispensers. Now notice I have a lot lined up because I want to show you all the ways you can and cannot power a dispenser. You have your basic going back up to the block, 1 block underneath, to the back of the block and 1 up, and then up 1 to the back of the block. Okay? As you can see, going straight to the back of the block will power it as it shoots a little arrow out. Now going up underneath 1 block, you notice it does nothing to a dispenser, so you cannot do it the same way as you do a switch. Now straight back to this part of the block, and with the block underneath, that will still do it. So you can still make it clean and nice if you want to, but you have to go straight up to the ground to the back of the block, kind of like a conductor. Or you can just always go 1 up and do it that way. Alright, next let's go to pistons. Now, I use the same 4 basic connections there, right behind it, 1 underneath, straight behind it, and then straight behind it this way, and one up, and then straight behind it and on top. Now, if you notice, if I trip it this way, only one piston fires. It's because pistons are a little bit different. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick another piston here. Let's put it where the minecart is. I'm going to bring it out a little further, and then I'm going to put a repeater right there. And I'm going to put this piston there, boop, and it fires. Okay? Now, what you can do this for is, say I want to put a lot of pistons side by side. What you can do is alternate your currents using repeaters. See how I did there? Now, as I put those like that, all 4 fire, including that one. Alright. Next, let's go to carts. Carts, again, same basic premise. You have your golden rails. You can power them by putting a redstone torch next to them, or you can have redstone going right up to them. I have this one set on a button timer. When I hit the button timer, if you notice, it only gives power for a second, so it kind of acts as a stopping point. But for the one that has a switch, it'll continue to go until I say stop. Alrighty, that is your Redstone Basics 101. Please leave a like in the comments, or send me a message saying which other tutorials you would like me to do. I'm going to expand on these tutorials in the future, so we're able to help you with your Minecrafting. Thanks, and have a great and good YouTubing experience. Bye.